Just a quick video on how to add products into your new Compass account. First thing you're going to want to do is click on your cogwheel beside your login name and go to List Management in the list. Second thing is we're going to go to the second item in the list, Application Type, and this is where you're going to add different categories for those products to go into. Now, I've already got a few in here for you. And now to add the products, we're going to click Product at the top of that list. We're going to go Add. And the first product we're going to add today is going to be a liquid product. So code can be whatever you want it to be. I recommend your description to be as close to the legal description as possible, or however you identify that product. And then this is where those categories we created an application type are going to come in handy. We're going to pick where this falls under. You have the option to put in the supplier, but only red boxes are required information. So I want to skip down to the details section here, and this is very important. I always go through a check. Is it a fertilizer? No. Is it a manure? No. Is it a liquid? Yes. And when I click this, it changes down here from kilograms in it, or a dry product, to a liquid product. Now, when it comes down to unit information and base unit of measure, I always recommend going with the smallest applicable amount you could possibly apply on the fields. The reason being, it's easier to math up for alternative sizes than it is to do division, and I will explain that a little further in but a moment. So I'm going to add liter. Liters in a liter is 1. And now I can put my unit selling price per liter in. So if I paid $100 for a jug and there's 10 liters in a jug, my unit selling price would be $10. And that's what's going to carry through Compass when I use this product. Okay, you can always come back and change that price year over year or when you buy a new product. Now to add this in, I'm just going to click Save. And now my product's ready to use, but I only have one unit of measure in, and that's liter. Now, if I wanted to add alternatives, I can come down here to this Add Unit of Measure section and add my alternatives. So if I wanted, say, jug in, now I know there's 10 liters per jug. I just have to type in 10, and now I've got my jug. For another example, if I wanted drum, and drum is 110 liters, I need 110. Now I've got drum. So it's easier to do the multiplication up than it is to divide down if we had a jug and then had to figure out how many liters are in that or how many jugs are required to make a drum. If I want to remove an alternative unit, I can. Compass will not allow me to delete a base unit. If I want to delete a product overall, I just have to click Delete. Now, Compass may give you an error message if you're trying to delete a product that has been used on a crop plan or somewhere else in the program. So now let's add a fertilizer. Again, code can be whatever you want. We're going to select a fertilizer here. We're going to add it in. We're going to add our Pro Germinator 9243. Now we're going to come down here, and the category, it is a liquid fertilizer. And again, we're going to come down to the details section. Is it a liquid? No. Well, yes, it is. Is it a manure? No, but it is 100% a fertilizer. So now we're going to select, is it dry, liquid, or ammonia? In this case, it is a liquid fertilizer. And then we either need to have the density kilograms to liters, which will automatically fill in the pounds per cubic foot, or know the pounds per cubic foot, and it'll backfill the density kilograms to liters. We know this one is 65 pounds per cubic foot, or 1.0411999 kilograms to liters. Again, same principle applies, but all fertilizers will be based off metric ton, so your price is going to be based off metric ton as well. Don't worry, Compass will do the division, it will do the multiplication for you. Now I'm going to come down here and I'm going to click Save. Fertilizers are a double product, so you have to click Save once to get the density in. It'll add all sorts of alternative units of measure for you. But what I want you to also do is make sure you come back up here and click Edit Composition. And this will allow you to put in your nutrient percentages. So there's my 924.3. Save, and now not only is this available as a fertilizer to apply on my fields and track the amount of nutrients I'm applying to each field, but it's also available to use in my blend calculator. Click back to Product Profile, and this fertilizer has been completed. Again, same principle applies. I can delete it out if I don't want it to have it in there. Lastly, I'll show you adding a dry product. Click Add. Same principle is going to apply. Code number can be whatever you want it to be. And here we're just going to add in what are we using. Okay. pick what category it falls into. Again, you're going to want to pump this list up with a few more. Let's say this is a dry granular insecticide. Now, it's not a fertilizer, it's not a manure, it's not a liquid. I can skip right ahead to this base unit. And again, I recommend the lowest possible application method you could use because it's easier to do the multiplication up than it is to divide down. Kilograms in a kilogram is 1. Now when I click save, because it's a dry product, Compass will have added a bunch of alternative measurements for me: pound, metric ton, ounce. I can still come down here and do it, but now it's going to be based off kilograms because that's the smallest unit we used to add as the base unit. And that is essentially adding your products.